Yo! Hello, hello, people. Hold on. Let me do everything and then we can get started right away. Okay. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have made it. That's nice. Hope your day is going well. It's it's going shit. Glad you asked. I mean, it's going okay, but my god, is this dwarf selling business stressful. I'm toiling away at videos, well, video, um, and also thinking about having to do streams and stuff, which is, normally I want to go at my own pace, but this is forcing me into a pace that I'm not comfortable with, so I can't wait for this to be over. Either way, I'm trying to find a way to enjoy it, and I think today I'm gonna very much enjoy it. Is the dwarf available for UK people? Yes. You just go to the website, and when you order a dwarf, it lets you choose where you are. First live stream I've ever really joined. Really love your content. I really want to get my hands on the dwarf. I mean, it's available right now in the description below. You can go get it if you would like. But yeah, let me get the chat onto my phone. And then let's get to it right away. Yeah, 1,314 dwarfs sold. It is fucking incredible, honestly. I can't believe it. What nationality are you? I am Thai. I'm in Thailand, and I'm Thai. But yeah, my goodness. So, but you speak German? Yeah, I'm half German, half Thai. So I can speak Thai, I can speak German, and but I'm most comfortable with English. Anyway, so to explain to you what's happening today is basically we reached one of the stretch goals, or the next stretch goal of selling the dwarves, which is designing a creature and also making a tastiest creature tier list. We won't be doing the tastiest creature tier list today, sorry to disappoint, but that takes some time to prepare because I have to scrounge through my ancient scrolls and notebooks to find all the creatures that we can add to that list. So that's not happening today yet, but we are designing a creature. And it's fun because it is going to be reminding me of the good old Twitch days when I used to do this quite often. So what we normally did was that I would come up with a prompt from the get-go. 1,400 isn't bad, I'd say. Yeah, it is definitely not bad. 1,400 or 1,314, which we are at right now, is an incredible amount of dwarves sold. I'm astonished, and I can't wait to get the money and then spend it on shit for the channel. Um, the one of the people that I work with for music is available again, so I am waiting to just throw shit at them to get them to make more music to be obviously be what the fuck is that called? No copyright or whatever. I'll put it on the channel with the no copyright thing, obviously, because I don't see a point of gatekeeping that shit. I mean, I'm sick of hearing the same fucking music on all videos. Just make some more music, god damn it, and I'll let everybody use it. Bonky McNoggins, thank you for the $50. Jesus Christ, welcome, welcome, as always. That is at least 40 what, $70,000? Jesus Christ. I don't know what kind of profit margins you're thinking of, but holy shit, I'm not getting $70,000. That's for sure. But yeah. So the prompt let's just get right to it because I'm very excited to get this started. So, the prompt we are working with today is going to be digging. Because I thought there was supposed to be a creature within the world of Rust and Trenches that uses disintegration magic to dig underground. But I never designed that creature. So I thought it would have been the perfect thing to design in this, for this stretch goal. But we are not bound by any rules here or bound by any preconceptions that I've had because I just thought it has to be a creature that digs, but besides that, nothing really on the table. So throw out ideas. What kind of things are you thinking of when you hear the word dig? Obviously not dwarves because we have dwarves. Moles. I mean, let's write down the obvious things first. All right. So we got moles. We could do termites. We could do other digging bugs. Big bug. Yeah, I'll just write big bug category. And then worm, yeah, worms are a thing. Pangolin. Ooh, let me specify a few more things. I guess there are some requirements now that I think about it. So, the downside of using disintegration magic in the world is you also slowly fall apart yourself, right? But the way that creatures deal with this, and this creature in specific, or this creature specifically deals with it, is that it should be able to shed its skin very often. So over time, when it uses the disintegration magic to dig its tunnels, its skin would start, disintegrating, and then it would eventually just shed a layer and then keep going. So able to shed skin and also have input and output. Input, output. Because that's necessary for all things that use magic. Sea cucumbers. Actually, kind of interesting. Not kind of, really interesting. Sea cucumbers as a reference. Mole rats. Snab. Star-nosed. Yeah, classic star-nosed mole. Trapdoor spider. Beetle? What's a beetle? Betal. Beetle? Am I reading it wrong? Beetle? Mole crab. Okay, so I feel like, you know what we should do? We should really try and stray away from just bug. Because the first thing that I think of is like, oh yeah, it's a bug, right? It's a digging creature, it's a bug. Or like some sort of worm. But I feel like just because that's the first thing we come up with, we shouldn't use it. I feel like we could try and make like some sort of weird in between where you're not even quite sure if it's like a mammal or or like a bug or what it is. Valid? Yeah. We got too many invertebrates. We got too many invertebrates? What the fuck is an invertebrate? I know the word invertebrate, but I keep mixing them up. Which one's invertebrate? Is that the ones with no back or with back? No spine. Ah, okay. Yes, yes. We got too many invertebrates. Hairy snail? Hairy snail is interesting. Okay, so to get the brain cooking a little more, I think we should go in deeper and see what sort of possibilities we have. So another issue that comes about with disintegration magic is that the thing that you use to disintegrate things also gets worn down. So how does this creature combat the thing that it uses to dig getting worn down? I've thought of a few methods here. Hear me out. So we got either we do the shark thing, and it has multiple sets of the thing that digs. And so as one gets worn down, it shifts along and the new one goes into place, right? That's one way. We could also have it, yep, long nails. So it just constantly grows and it has to sort of be shaved down like a beaver. So no problem with that. So it just keeps growing. What's it called? We don't got a name yet. Calm down, calm down. Names happen after we design it. Names don't happen before. Yeah, it continuously grows. A walrus is actually interesting. Walrus. Hmm. Comically large thing like horn or teeth that never grow but are huge at the start and get pushed out. Could have a natural death thing with it. True, we could have a sort of like the boar that like grows the tusk into its own face. I used that trope on the war boar. So we could use something like that again if we want to. Snake. No, I'm not doing snake. Snake is basically worm. Worm is snake, okay? They're just the same thing. Right? Long thing. Bristles? Bristles could work. Bristles would actually be a very interesting visual as well. It would look very unusual. Like the thing that I'm thinking about is like it doesn't look like you know a mole has claws and then you're like, "Oh yeah, it digs," right? Because you see the claws and it uses the claws to dig. But I want this thing to look like that thing doesn't, like if you don't have a knowledge of how magic works and you haven't seen the thing before, your first thought wouldn't be, oh yeah, those front, whatever is on his face is used to dig. But then as soon as it does, it is freakishly fast at digging. Like compared to other things. Obviously, digging is not, it's not going to dig as fast as something runs, for example. That's not, I think that's a little too much. But like enough that you're like, oh, this thing like moves at a constant pace and just keeps digging. Maybe okay. What if it's like a conveyor belt, or because it disintegration magic doesn't like like it doesn't disappear the thing that it disintegrates. It breaks it apart into fine dust, but then it's just there. So it still needs a way to move it out of the way, which might be interesting if we have it have like bristles And as soon as, you know, these bristles break down the material in front, and then they have, you know, the musculatures that pull the bristles back like a sort of caterpillar like wave motion to constantly push the dug out material away, right? So it can disintegrate the next layer. But then I feel like still this part of the face would get too worn. Like these hairs would get worn very quickly. Weird ass porcupine. Yeah, like the hairs would be at the bottom of the thing. So it'd be like a weird living sentient brush. Roomba creature. Yeah, like a Roomba. I think that is interesting. Though we'd still need to I feel like the bristles, okay. Bristles to move to move dirt, I think is plausible, but we do need something more substantial to dig. No, I just said no, like I don't think crustaceans or insects are the way to go here because we got too many of them. We got a big lobster already. We got big forge lobster. I literally made a video about it. We're not doing another lobster. Could it roll into the earth? I'm sort of I don't know. I'm thinking like okay, so at least like the bottom of the creature like this will be a bunch of hairs, right? And so whenever it digs with whatever is in front, the dirt falls down and then the bristles sort of motion it backwards, right? Isopods. The fuck's an isopod? Hold on. Gonna have to search up an isopod. Isopod. Oh, right. It's bugs. It's bugs again. I mean, okay, I don't want to rule out bugs. Actually, isopods look quite neat. Hmm. Hold on, let me pull up one as a reference on the page, just in case. Are we thinking lots of legs? I feel like lots of legs is the aesthetic we want to go for. But it might not be isopod legs. Like, that's not what I'm interested in. Yeah, but then it's like, what if it uses the bristles? Like, does it even need legs? Do we need legs? 2 human legs, god damn it. I mean, then it's a worm. True. Then it is a worm. A mollusk? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Oh. Okay, what about this? What about this? Hairs at the bottom, move the dirt, right? Then, like, some sort of shell can be used as the digging tool. Like, if it's literally just have a shell in front, like this, and then like some sort of other shell that can be an input. Do we want more shells? I mean, I feel like it's gonna be like weird and freaky. Can we make a hold on? Is it possible to make like a mammal Snail? Like, what if a mole, basically a mole, evolved more and more until the point they pretty much just became a snail? And it just has skin. It's a skin snail. I mean, snails have skin, but you know what I mean, you know? Skin. That might be interesting, because then we can have, like, mammal features which just make it freaky. Because then we can have, like, eyes on it, like little beady fucking eyes, maybe. Like, or just like a, you know, it's like a residual thing. And then, like, a nose at the top or something. Cone snail. Yeah, something. How the fuck does this thing shit? What does it eat? Hold on, if we hold on. What does this thing eat? If it digs in the ground, does it doesn't just get the nutrients from the ground. This thing's too big to do that. I mean, oh right, the red roots. Obviously, fuck. There's red roots in the trenches everywhere, so let it eat the red roots. Children as well. Yes. Okay, this thing's diet is red roots and children. Roots and corpses. Yeah, I feel like corpses would be corpses in like a corpses. Not sure if it's or not that it's not sure. It's just that there's a lot of other creatures that also eat corpses. So it's not its main priority. It's a very competitive, you know, there's competitive eating of corpses, and this thing does not want to get involved. Testicles. What do you mean testicles? It eats testicles? It can eat oh, true. It would be able to eat things that normal creatures aren't able to just because it can disintegrate them. So it would be very easily be able to eat bones. It could just go up to them, poof into dust, and then just, you know, just eat it. It's the eating sound it has. Yeah, also I think like its tits, like if we're thinking about it like a mammal, I want it to have like some piggy looking stuff. So like its boobas, like the female one, might be to the side, which is really weird. But I mean, that's the only place it can really be, because if we have the bottom all be hairs for it to move, then its titties gotta be on the side. I'm sorry? No, you heard me right. Its tits are gonna be on the side. Teats, you mean? Is there a different word for tits if it's on an animal? They're tits, aren't they? Side boob? Yeah, the thing has side boob. Teats? I've never heard of teats. Jesus Christ, what? It's just tits. What do you mean? Jesus Christ. The thing has tits. No shit. It's an animal. It has tits. What are you guys raving about? It's normal. Something like this, maybe, like a bunch of them. I'm thinking like these things have babies. Like they don't got just like, oh yeah, I have a son. No, they got a fucking colony. They got like 20 babies. So I'm thinking, mama snail, whatever the fuck this thing is here. Titties on the side, right? And then just like an array of babies, just like this, you know? Just like all of them in the feeding bays. Feed a whole army. Yeah. Do these things even wait? How the fuck do they eat? So I'm sort of thinking. Okay, they got the main horn, right? That's used for digging. which I feel like, okay, what if the face is just like a big fingernail? Like, they just got a big nail that comes out of their face that they use to dig. And I feel like their digging pattern would be more like a sweep, like they have a flat or yeah, like a nail, like a curve like this. So the way they would have to dig if they wanted to dig a tunnel like this, right? If the snail thing is here, they would start up top and then just sort of disintegrate downwards over and over again. So up, down, up, down, up, down, sort of like sweeping it, which means their face would need to be broader than their body so they can actually fit through. So they'd have a sort of platypus thing going on. They got a beak thing going on. Like how snails eat. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking like a mouth at the bottom here somewhere. Do the mouth I mean if everything they eat is just mush, they don't need teeth, do they? They just got a hole sort of like that. And where are their eyes? I feel like the eyes next to hold on. The nose has got to be in front of the mouth somewhere, like here. Because otherwise, if the nose is up here, that don't make sense. Maybe we need extra breathing holes, because I feel like if the dust comes under their face, like here, the dust all comes down here, and they sniff that shit, that ain't gonna be good for them, Just huffing dust. Very small teeth. Does it need eyes? Not really. Yeah, something like this. Lots of hair. Because then I'm thinking like it disintegrates if for example red roots is in front of it, right? It's disintegrating some red. It just disintegrates the dirt and the red root all together, and then it like slowly moves it down, and then the nose goes. That's some red root right there, and then the mouth starts munching. Backwards face and nostrils. Why? Nose and the beak? No, because the beak is constantly like growing and moving, so I feel like it has to be quite separate from the other parts. Yeah, something like this. Since it's underground, it's blind, so it uses echolocation. True. Echolocation would make sense. The whole thing is pretty much a giant sensor. It has hairs all along its body. What if it can literally just be like, okay, it makes tremors with its front fucking nail face thing, right? Because it can do disintegration magic. Sure, let it just like do some little earthquakey shit, where like send signals through the earth. And then their whole underside are hairs. So just let the hairs pick up the vibrations. Done. There you go. We got its communication down. So they don't even make like audible sounds. It's all through the earth. So it's just like shaking the earth. You calling it fat? What? No. It's healthy. What does it taste of? Good point. What do you think this thing tastes of? I'm thinking like does the food that it eats affect it? It's like in the dirt a lot. So I feel would it be earthy? I don't think it'd be earthy, right? I feel like it'd be like pork. It'd sort of be porkish. Yeah, porkish. It's giving hex bug. Oh my god, I love fucking hex bugs, dude. Does anybody know X bugs besides the guy the person who referenced it? Hex bugs. I wanted those things so fucking badly as a kid. When I saw those, I was like, I need an army of hex bugs. I need them. And then I eventually came to my senses and I was like, never mind. I don't need these things. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I still have a small urge in the back of my head where I'm like, I if I just had like one and like a little dish for it to move in, and then I'll feed it. Well, it wouldn't eat, so I guess I'll feed it hopes and dreams or something of a bigger enclosure. What is a hex bug? It's basically just the head of a toothbrush with a vibrating motor on it. That's literally it. It's a toy that was like I don't even know if it was like famous or not, or if it was a big thing or not. I don't remember. I haven't heard of them for ages. But it was a toy that was just like a rubber toothbrush looking head thing, but they made it look more like a bug, and it had a vibrating motor inside, so when it vibrated, because the hairs all pointed backwards, the thing would start vibrating forward, you know? And it's like it's alive. But then, oh, now I know why I didn't want a hex bug anymore. I had enough fucking ants in my house. So, you know, like I just looked at actual ants and then I was like, okay, yeah, never I have my fill. You know? Like this is fine. This is good enough. When they start coming on my food, pause. When they start stealing my food and shit, I was like, yeah, okay, I got enough hex bugs at home. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any more fucking things crawling around. Has no purpose, just move around. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. It has no purpose. Nothing. It's just a stupid little moving thing. But then there were skins. They had like fucking cod knife skins. Wait, not cod. That's not cod. I'm getting canceled. What fucking game has knife skins? The other one, the really competitive one. What the fuck's Counter yeah, Counter Strike, right? Yeah, Counter Strike. It got like the little shit bugs got like knife Counter Strike skins where like I feel like there were different rarities as well where you could get like a bag uh and you know have a chance of getting like rare ones and stuff like that. Rare little shit like rare little useless shit bugs. It's incredible. CS:GO goobers, yeah. Oh my god, I got the marble rare legendary vibrating toothbrush head. Watch it move around. Does it do anything different? No, it just moves same as all the other ones. I forgot they had. Oh, dude. Okay, the latest things I've seen from them. Sorry, I'm not drawing. By the way, I just want to talk about Hexbug. The latest things I see was like, yeah, they got fucking zip line. The little shit useless bugs got zip lines. Like search up Hexbugs. They got like multi-level platforms and fucking zip lines, and you put a little hook at the top of the bug, and then it goes down the zip line. Like who gave them that? It's nuts. They should have come with weapons. There was I think there was one module. So like the little play areas that they move around in, you can buy like a bunch of little modules. I think there was one that would pit two of them against each other to see like which one passes and the other one gets thrown down or something. I don't remember. But I think that was a thing where you can have gladiatorial battles between useless little shit bugs, and it's incredible. Just looked it up. Yeah, tiny battle bots. Oh, dude, battle bots. That's something I love as well. Battle bots is incredible. It doesn't matter what competition. Like, I aren't there like multiple now where there's like just multiple robot battling competitions. I love all of them. All of them are incredible. Doesn't matter if the rules make it so it's like tiny little bots or something. I don't care. All of them are cool. When I was in, I think it was in, no, not in kindergarten. It was in middle school when I first found out about battle bots. Um, and I went into that world, and literally at middle school, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a robot. Like, I was like, in the future, I'm gonna become a robot maker. I didn't even know what kind of qualifications you needed to become a robot maker. I just wanted to make robots, so I started drawing robots into my school notebooks. and I went to all of my friends in middle school and I was like, hear me out. I'm gonna make robots in the future and I'm gonna make you a robot and you a robot and you a robot. Now tell me what kind of robot you'd want so I can draw it in my book. So in the future, in 30 years from now, when I'm making robots and the battle arena becomes big and is like a worldwide event where you can make money off of it, I'm gonna make these robots for you. It never happened, obviously. I'm I I'm here now, so clearly the robot thing didn't work out. But it was a nice part of my childhood, me being absolutely convinced that I'm gonna make robots in the future, not even knowing how the fuck to even start. Look up rubber ducky isopod. What? Rubber ducky isopod. Oh my god! My boy! Look at him! Oh, sweet child. He's gorgeous. Look. Hold on, I gotta. Rubber duck. Look at him. Absolutely adorable. There's still time, Simon. No, I'm not gonna make robots. I'm gonna enjoy it from a distance because, now that I've gotten older and actually sort of like grew a brain, I realized shit, these robot competitions are expensive as fuck. Because like it's like, oh cool, robots, I'm gonna make a robot. I was too young to consider, you know, that shit's gonna get destroyed. Like my robot's not gonna it's not gonna be lasting forever. Like that thing is getting disintegrated in the arena and I'm gonna be losing a lot of money every time it does. I don't got that money. I don't got that kind of money. But yeah, this thing's very sweet. Look at it. Its face does look like a little rubber ducky. Simon could be the next Boston Dynamic. No, I can assure you, I would have not. I can 100% assure you, there is no possible future where I became anything related to math, programming, or anything that requires more brain power than I have currently. No, I wasn't designed for that shit. They didn't. My parents did not spec me into those stats when they were creating my character. They honestly, my parents were the ones they put fucking they invested all of it in luck. Honestly, like I've been incredibly lucky for my whole life, so I feel like I am that character in games where you just dump everything into the luck stat, and just like everything else is an afterthought, and then they just sort of coast and just sort of make it out of everything kind of somehow, even though they have nothing else. The bean inside my skull ain't enough to do that. Yeah, true. Google Spike Thailand isopod. I mean, if it's Thailand, I might have seen it already. Spike. I have not seen these. What the hell? These look. Oh, is this what the? No, no. I know which creature. Sorry. I was gonna say, oh, is this what they took for inspiration for Snom, the Pokemon Snom? But no, I know what they took inspiration from. It was a type of caterpillar that had like these little nubs that come out of its sides that it literally just looks like the Pokemon Snom. Like they didn't do much to it. They just simplified the design of the already existing caterpillar. Um, but yeah. Oh, by the way, Snom's my favorite Pokemon just because of how dumb it looks. It's very cute and adorable, and I like cute and adorable things. So Snom's my favorite. But yeah, this one's very cute too. looks like a gummy bear. It does sort of look like it would be very soft and squishy, and it would have Coca-Cola flavor. Like this would be a Coca-Cola flavored gummy. Yeah. Damn. Why am I pulling up these these have nothing to do with the concept we're working. Actually, uh, actually they might. Cuz if oh, hold on. Cuz okay, let's work on the overall silhouette of this thing and how the hell it even looks, cuz I even though I have drawn little bits, I still can't really visualize this thing. I don't want to go into too many details right away. Like I'm thinking about the nose and how the hell its mouth works already. We're going in too fast. Oh, it's raining? Is it raining? Oh, nice, it's raining. Make the titty mold spikes. You could also look at polychetes. I don't know what these things are. I heard of them. Polychetes. Poly. I can't see my keyboard. Polycheat. These. There you go. Ew, what the fuck? Ew. Huh? These things is the hold on. My nose is stuffy. Is the bobbit worm a polychete as well? This reminds me of bobbit worms. What's the deadline for getting the dwarf? 15th of June. The 15th of June is when it's over. So that's how much time you get. Okay, yeah, this thing looks neat. Especially because I don't know what that foot situation is. Or whatever the hell is growing out of its sides. It looks like it's I feel like it can move it. It looks like fiberglass. It just looks like pointy fiberglass coming out of the side of this thing, which is very interesting. I like that actually. We can do something with that. False legs like a caterpillar. Oh, okay. What monstrosity are we developing? Honestly, no idea. Not sure yet. So I'm sort of thinking maybe something like this sort of shape. I'm thinking like it's very it's I want it to be like a sort of unassuming looking thing where again I'm referencing Pokemon. This thing. Whatever I forgot this was it does it look like this? This thing, right? I wanted it to I feel like unassuming where you're like, "Oh, look at this cute thing." But then you flip it over and you go, "Oh!" you know? Like basically the same thing with like the isopods or like a horseshoe crab where it's like, "Ooh, smooth little guy." Oh, on the underside, you know? Ah, Pikachu. Yes, Pikachu, this one. Pikachu. The mascot of Pokemon. This is what he looks like. Amphipods, please. It seems okay. Your desperation. Fine. Amphipods. Huh? Shrimp? You mean these are just shrimp? I mean, not to kill anybody who knows anything about like animals or species or stuff like that. I have a lack of knowledge, but as an artist, I just look at this and I go, yeah, that's a shrimp. That's it's like a fat shrimp. It's a fat shrimp. It's a bit chunkier. Is shrimp bugs? Yes, shrimp is bugs. That's only thing I know is shrimp is bug confirmed 100%. Oh, these things are oh, I thought they were small. They looked like sort of like those microscopic things. No, that's a person's hand. This thing is actually holy shit. It's kind of cool. Can you eat them? Are they edible? Same way as shrimp? Has anybody tried? I think we need to look into that. Does it have bumpy though? I don't know if we want it to have bumpy. Big bug, yeah. So I'm sort of thinking like, yeah, you got the hairs at the bottom like this. And then maybe we got bumpy. Hold on. Also, don't forget input and output. The output is this front little shovel thing, right? So that works. But the inputs, we gotta have a way for this thing to take in mana. How does it take in mana? So the shapes that we can use is anything that's like a spiral or like circles or like repeating patterns like this, but those are mostly less effective. These sorts of patterns, like a checker pattern and stuff like that, normally occurs in things that cover very large areas and don't use much mana because it works better at that scale. If it's like for creatures, this is very rare in creatures because how much it needs to cover for the same efficiency as just like having a good spiral in your design, or something like a fractal tree could also work. You know, this stuff. So something that might spread out like this could work as well. So we could have it so it just has inputs in the back, like two little bumps maybe, that are just spirals and that take in mana. That would be a very simple way to think about it. It could also be very confusing as well. I think it'd be funny because you'd think, oh yeah, this is the front of the face because these things look like eyes. But then it's like, no, this is the front. Also, you know what I think would be really freaky? If you can still see remnants of mammal on the top. So it's like it doesn't look like a mammal, but then you can see like some like shoulder blades maybe that have turned into this or like have become a part of like stabilizing this front head, and then like the ribs and the spine sort of running down. I feel like that would be interesting. And like somewhere here a pelvis be kind of freaky, I'd say. Fractal axolotl veins. Good point. They would have to come up out of the ground to get mana more efficiently. So they would periodically dig, then have to scurry their way back up to take in mana. and then go back down again. So we could have it so they have that thing that the moths have. So we could just do this. Right? So it like basically blows air into these trees that it has on its back, and then they grow out. Also, what if we take inspiration? Like, okay, somebody mentioned Dune. You know what? I saw I saw some concept art for Dune. Like I don't know if it was for the movie. It might have been for the movie, but the concept artist did something really interesting, which I feel like it was quite a shame that they didn't use it in the movie. I feel like it would have really made me go like, "Oh shit, this is like a really interesting worm design." Cuz yeah, they're giant worms, cool, but they're giant worms, you know? And that's as much as I can say about them. What the concept art, or what some of the pieces of the concept art did was they sort of made it have um whale anatomy. Like they made it so there was this bump, and it had like, you know, the sort of feeling of a whale, which really helped convey its size. And it was less of just like a worm like this, and it had a lot more structure to its body. Like there was a hump, and then it sort of tapered down, and then, you know, the head like looked like this or something. And I feel like that's really interesting, and I want to use that as well. So maybe we can use like whales to sort of help emphasize how big these things are, because I think like if we want this thing to be a creature, we could have it so there are these ones, you know, which are like, okay, yeah, they're like this big maybe, you know, but then there's these ones which are like, oh shit, you know, these these are gigantic. You know, so if we use like whale looking things, it would work. And also I feel like these tree things would sort of repeat maybe. So you'd have multiple on the back like this. How deep did it go? I don't know, because if you think about it, a normal digging creature would mostly be limited by, you know, actually diggable soil. But if you're using disintegration magic, anything crumbles the same. So it doesn't matter how or what you're digging. You could be digging through solid stone, concrete, or metal, and it would just go and crumble and into dust, and then you just sweep it under you the same way as everything else. So these things could go really deep, I feel. Brillo whale? It's a Brillo whale. Yeah, something like this. But I feel like, yeah, something like this shape would be interesting to try and get in them. South Grimshaw. Oh, Brillo. Fuck, right. Those things. From yeah, South Grimshaw, the weird documentary type thing about those really interesting whales. The Brillo whales, right? God, I almost forgot that thing. I didn't forget the documentary or game. I don't even know. It was a game, right? But it was literally just a documentary. Like you just clicked through it. Um, but it was really interesting. But I forgot the name of them, so it didn't click right away. I was like, Brillo whale? What's a Brillo whale? Right. Though that was like a really interesting concept, honestly. Like a very, very incredible concept. Um, they should live in bogs. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see in bogs. What do they eat? The red roots and stuff in the trenches. Though I'm not sure what the big ones would eat if they existed. They should cause sinkholes. Oh yeah, they definitely should. But not like the dune sinkholes. I don't think it's like a, oh yes, this is a feeding method kind of sinkhole. It's sort of an unintentional sinkhole. Like if the tunnels are a little too close to the surface, they'll, the surface sometimes might cave in and stuff. It's not like these things hunt creatures. I want these to be passive. Something like this, actually. I like this head shape for some reason. Like having the nail be like this. How long do they live? I don't know. We've just made up this creature. We got to think about these things. I really don't know. Okay, I feel like some hair at the top would make sense as well. Like here, and then like on the hump here to sense things, of course. And then also like the texture of the thing. I feel like going naked mole rat with it would make sense. But then, wait. They shed, right. How the fuck do they shed? I mean, hmm. All tomorrow's worms, but bigger and different anatomy? All tomorrow's had worms? I thought they got snakes. They were the snake people, right? Were there worms too? Do they shed their shell? I don't think they'd shed their shell. Do you think the railgun lobsters would ever hunt them? I feel like in rare occasions it might go after one, but I doubt it'd be like a common occurrence because they'd be quite not in the same place. These things would be mostly underground, and the lobster's an idiot anyway, so like it'd be mostly focused on cannonball snails. Besides that, nothing much. What if they used paths dug out by the worm? Well, what I was thinking is that they use these worms as ways of digging trenches and tunnels. Like they use these. These are pets as well. Like they've been domestic. Well, as much as you can domesticate a hungry worm, which is just by giving it what it wants, which is food. So if you can call, hey, let me throw some food over there, and you crawl over there to eat it, domesticating, then yes, they're domesticated. They lay eggs or give birth. Good point. What do you think? Do you guys think these things lay eggs? I feel like it'd be. They don't got many pointy things. Birth. Eggs. We got 4 births, 3 eggs. Damn. Both eggs. Both. What? How both? What do you mean both? Birth. I think eggs, birth, eggs. Birth would be grosser. True. Birth would be grosser. Both. I don't understand. Explain both. How do you both? Sharks do both? What? I mean, I know they got eggs. Sharks got eggs. Well, some sharks got eggs, right? Some sharks got eggs where they lay the eggs and then a shark comes out, but some of them they hatch in the belly and then they just give birth anyway. So in the end it's just giving birth. I don't think that matters much. They birth an egg. Just what comes out the hole? Just tell me what comes out the hole. An egg or a baby? That's it. Seahorses! Exclamation point. You you want them to just like launch all of their babies like violently out of their fucking hole? Both. Again, depends. Okay, if they give birth, I feel like okay. What I'm thinking is like, I feel like if they gave birth, they'd be tiny little things when they like koalas or like kangaroos. I don't know if koalas do that. Was it sloths? I don't remember which one is what, but kangaroos for sure. Where like the babies are little fucking, they're little like gummy bears, you know, just tiny little things. And pandas? I don't know how small panda babies are. I just know that kangaroos have like really small babies. So what if they got a pouch? This thing's going nuts. So it's a mammal that moves on bristles that lays. I don't think okay, if we give it a pouch, then it doesn't have eggs. If it lays eggs, then it just lays eggs. I feel like a pouch would be weirder. And I feel like this creature is going all the way to weird. So just have it give birth to tiny little gummy bears, and then all those gummy bears crawl into a pouch that's like maybe some folds in between the outer layer of skin and the bristles, and then they grow in there. They suckle on the little teats, right? Like little fucking array of hundred of teats, and they get all like sort of fist sized, maybe. No, not like fist sized, arm sized, forearm sized, and then they crawl out of that fucking gap, and then they go about their business. Do people drink them? Oh god. It'd be really hard to get at the milk if it's in a pouch. So no side boobs? I'm sorry. It's gonna be hidden boobs. They're gonna be hidden, sadly, if we do it this way. Suriname toad? Oh, you mean the ones with where they grow out of its back? No, I don't think we're going that route. But I do think pouch. How much protein? I think like horrible, I like it. Wait, hold on. Does do we drink pig's milk? Pigs have tits. Do we drink pig's milk? Is that a thing? We have goat's milk. We have llama milk. No, alpaca. I don't fuck. We got goats, that's for sure. I know we got bolts. We somehow milked almonds, so I'm sure we drink pig's milk as well, right? I've never seen it though. We drink horse milk. Horse milk. No, no. I hope you didn't misunderstand. I'm not asking if you drink pig's milk. It's just does it exist? Have we tried? I mean, of course we've tried, but does it like market? Is it buyable? Because if it is buyable, I might want to try some because I'm just curious. What about dog milk? There's places where they eat dogs, so they for sure wouldn't mind milking one. Nah, bull bull milk. It's a whole different thing. Fish milk? The fuck? Because they milk cockroaches. I know that, right? There was like a whole thing where they did like the stupid experiment where they had a glass of cockroach milk and they got like people in public to try it and they were like, mysterious milk liquid, and they were like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. And then the guy's like, do you know where this comes from? It's like, no, cockroach, and then they vomit and die. Um, Hippo milk is pink. Oh, I didn't know that. Whale milk? Cockroaches? Yeah, yeah. They milk cockroaches. It's tedious as fuck. But like apparently it's like the most nutritious milk. Cause you know, like insects are small, so their milk's gotta be like really nutritious for the babies. So it's an insect? Well, apparently it's not like literal milk, like the same way that mammals have it, but it's like it was something like gives its babies a fluid while they're inside or something that they feed on, but somehow we as humans decided I want some of that. I want to get some of that bug juice that it's feeding to its babies, cuz you know what? Its babies are small, fast, indestructible. So what if we drink the little bug juice and we also become fast and indestructible? That might be the case. So the other type, no, not the other type of milk. Like a pseudo milk then? I guess, but it was white. It was white. You know, same way that milk is. I mean, that doesn't determine that it's milk. Not everything white is milk. Hmm. Uh, but you know, it at least helped with the facade. Where you're like, oh yeah, it's white. Could be milk. Yeah, I just can't wait because like that's gonna be the thing in the future, right? We're gonna have cockroach farms where they milk cockroaches, and then we get cockroach milk, and that's what the apocalypse food is gonna be. But I can't wait for that to be the case. But you know how many cockroaches you'd need to make a cockroach farm? I can't wait for one of those to, you know, like have a breakout. Like they're like, oh no, there was a breach at the cockroach farm, and now there's like a billion cockroaches in the surrounding area. Whoops. And then that'll be so fun to read about in the news. But as soon as a cockroach farm like pops up next to my area, like in my region, I'm moving. I'm not being anywhere close to those things because of that possibility. That's not happening. All this talk of animal reproductions, we oh my god, thank goodness. I was about to say, Rob, for some reason I started that sentence and I thought it was going to go this way. I thought you were going to say, guys, all this talk about animal reproduction has got me hungry. But we got to talk about what kangaroos got going on. Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness it wasn't going that way, but for some reason my brain went that way. But apologies. Uh what do you mean what kangaroos got going on? Roaches together strong, indeed. Biblical plague, true. It's gonna be a biblical plague. Calm down. I would eat this creature. I mean, I'd try it as well. I would try it. What creature are you designing? I don't even know, dude. At this point, it's like a weird worm, mammal worm thing. Okay, so if it got pouches, hold on. So we got this thing, right? Bam, bam, and then the head, like this. Uh, So the shoulder blades are here. The things are here somewhere. Oh, thank you for the $2, Xenomorph. Appreciate it. Mana grows flesh skin bulbs that babies munch off. Oh, I have thought about that before, actually, for these things. I was considering it once, to have, like, flesh bulbs that they munch off. Actually, good point. We might want to use that, actually. So instead of milk, they got flesh bulbs that the babies munch off. I feel like, I don't know, is that worse? One big pouch or a million small pouches? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking... This is kind of like ants, yeah. Yeah, true. The flesh pouches could be farmed, which is interesting. I was thinking about that as well. With like, okay, I was thinking that Rom would have these weird pigs that grow tumors that they would cut off and make into food. Like they'd eat those. So yeah, maybe they got these flesh pouches. So you could, if they're in a pouch, I mean, if you're a ROM scientist or something, you could literally just take one of the bulbs, yank on it, and basically flip it inside out so the bulb is out here instead for easier extraction. And then just keep feeding the thing to grow bulbs and then cutting them off to eat. Right? That makes sense. Or you could just use healing magic and then force feed it. Make it even more inhumane. Pickpocket the boob slug. Can someone catch me up? We're making a giant worm thing that's a digging creature, and it's very weird. It's a mammal, but it looks like a slug, and its locomotion is on bristles that move like a caterpillar, and it uses disintegration magic to dig holes, and it also has trees on its back that it uses to take in mana. Actually, yeah, I feel like it'd make more sense if... Oh, you know what? I got an idea. Not these things. Not like this. Make the thing that takes in mana are its nose hairs. Oh, so these are nostrils on its back, and inside the nostrils grow fractal nose hairs. And holy shit, this is all falling into place. Hear me out, hear me out. This is fucking exciting. Their nostrils are on their back, which help them breathe because obviously it's not in front where they're digging. But also, if they have big ass like clumps of fractal nose hairs that they can use muscles to pull out of their nose to take in mana, so it turns into these like big old plumes. But also because it uses disintegration magic, the things that it disintegrates turns into dust, and obviously it doesn't want to breathe that shit in. So having a fuck ton of nose hair makes sense to filter the dust, and then when it comes up on the surface to take in mana, it shakes off all that dust by taking out its nose hairs. Right? That's fucking perfect. I just cooked and I served. Holy shit. That's a... I'm proud of that. Yeah, nose hairs. What happens when it sneezes? I feel like a big plume of dust would come out of its back. Broom. Yes, a broom. We cooked. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Weirdly enough. So its nose are its inputs, and then it has this big nail in front that is its output. Okay, cool. And then I feel like it would have ears, but it wouldn't use them much. Like it has terrible hearing, but it still has like the holes that used to, and maybe like no eyes, just it has ears. The eyes are gone. You know, and the nose is under here and the mouth is here. And then we got the the shitter's back here somewhere. And then I think, would it have two slits on the side where the different pouches are located? Does it sense vibrations through the ground? Yes, yes, with the bristles that it uses to move. Okay, I'm just thinking how the pouches work. Cuz okay, if it gives birth, like internal organs, blah blah blah, womb, whatever, gives birth, there's like 100 of the little shits. And then what do? They crawl into the side. I'm thinking like multiple pouches makes sense. But like how? What do they taste like? Pork. I think they taste like pork. Trench schnoz? What do you use to draw? A drawing tablet. I have a video called My Setup on my YouTube channel. It literally covers everything I use. The one thing has changed. I'm back to using my mic, which is the Blue Snowball Ice. Specifically, Blue Snowball Ice. I think there is a mic called a Snowball, but then there's also one called the Snowball Ice. I'm using the Ice one. Or yeah, yeah, I think that's the difference. What is the difference between the two? I don't know. But I remember something when I was searching about mics all those years ago when I bought it, that for some reason the Ice one was apparently better somehow. I don't know why. The babies are like little bacon nuggets. Yeah, I mean, okay. Hmm. Are we doing the flesh nodules? Or are we doing, because like I'm thinking about it in a term of like if it's in a little pouch, because it makes sense to me if it's like feeding larger, less uh yeah, one of them's iced out. My mic is iced out. Well, I only have one complaint about the mic. It's a very easily fixed one. For some reason, the LED that they use for the on light, which is on top of the mic, is bright as fuck. I don't know why they made it bright as fuck, because it's right in your eyes. Why would you want a very bright, like, searing light in your eyes? Like, because that's where the mic is. It doesn't make sense. So I just used some tape to cover that. I don't understand. But besides that, yeah, put a little tape over it. That's exactly what I did. I just don't get why they were like, oh yeah, perfect. Just have unnecessarily bright red light on top of the mic. I have my mic turned around because of that. How is it sounding if you turned it all the way around? What time is it over there in Thailand? It is almost midnight right now. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Right. If it has little flesh nodules, I don't know if those flesh nodules grow fast enough for the little critters to eat. Right. I feel like the 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 milk is gonna be the fastest way to go about it. You know, try eating the babies like popcorn. I mean, that might be the way to do it. Instead of eating little flesh nodules, you take its babies, put it on the flesh nodules, let it suckle, grow big and strong, or big like a sort of apple sized, and then you pluck them and eat them. Because there's a bunch of them anyway, right? There's like a bunch of them. Hmm. What? The milk has a lot of vitamin C. There's no light, so it tastes like orange. Oh my god. I I mean, interesting. They grow through mana instead. No, no, that's not possible. Mana can't just create matter out of nothing. Um, it's more of a Full Metal Alchemist thing where you have to even with healing magic as well. I haven't like explained it well enough, but like healing magic doesn't create flesh to fix wounds. It just speeds up the natural healing of the body. So the person gets very, very quickly malnourished as you heal them. So you actually, normally, when you heal somebody, you either need to force feed them or like get an IV of like nutrient dense shit or whatever into their blood so you can keep healing them at a consistent rate. Otherwise, they would die from starvation. Or I guess exhaustion first. Um, from getting healed. But mass and energy are interchangeable. Convert those particles, not to name a few. Okay, yeah, no, cool, but no, I'm not gonna do it. So nothing in the world's gonna be fed by mana. Uh, it's all gonna be through food. Like things have to eat food, not just mana, because that's no. Why are there hairy slugs on my screen? What's on screen? Big hair slug. So yeah, I think milk is fine. Because then you can still eat the babies, you know? And I think eating the babies is fun. I think that's fun. Instead of cuz then it's like I think it's worse, which is better, right? Cuz it's either you just eat some sort of flesh tumors, which is like, yeah, but like flesh tumors, you know, you can sort of shut your mind off and be like, okay, I'm eating some flesh, you know? But if it's like a whole baby, you can't be like, oh, it's just like a flesh tumor. No, this thing is a baby, right? So yeah, I feel like that makes it worse, which is great. That's what we want for the world. Drinking roach milk and eating the roach babies. Yes, yes. Yeah, hold on. Let me draw a baby. I feel like they'd be really cute because you know what I'm thinking? If the bristles don't grow in for a bit, so they're basically bald little things, and they don't. Oh, they'd have like a little baby tooth too, right? Hold on. Let me draw a little baby so we can feel even worse about eating them. So I feel like they'd literally just be like this little shitty slug thing with like a sort of hard bit in the front, like this. So like that'd be it. That's it. That's its baby. And it's very bad at moving because it doesn't get the bristles yet, but it can sort of scoot along, you know? Oh, what if they have the like the like the sea slug kind of thing where they got like little nubs. That'd be even worse. Make it feel even worse because they're cuter. There you go. Like that. And I'd say they're sort of like hand sized. Like that. See? Insert that meme of what's that movie? The movie with the haunted house, the animated movie where the guy just like puts the thing in his face and eats it, that people use when with memes where they eat small things. Monster House. Yeah, Monster House. But yeah, this would be the look of the little guy. I think he's beautiful. Squish it? No, we're not squishing it. Yes. What? To pickled baby. Yes to pickled baby. Loot bug. Oh yeah, it does give loot bug vibes, doesn't it? But yeah, okay, let's see. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with where this is going. Texturally, though, what kind of texture are we thinking about with this dude? Because I'm thinking like sort of mole ratty. So it has like the wrinkly bits, especially like here around the neck where the head moves. I mean, I'm thinking the whole head can move up, like this whole thing, like this, but then also like the part of the snout is quite posable as well. But yeah, like quite wrinkly, but then like the pieces uh the parts that aren't as movement based have like more hard sort of calloused skin, like a hippo sort of thing, you know? Hippo or like a rhino. Wait, maybe they don't shed actually. Shedding might not be a necessary thing. They might just grow like quite thick skin and then that gets disintegrated and then they have the symbiotic relationship with the healing bugs. Because okay, the whole point is these dudes have a symbiotic relationship with the healing bugs as well. By the way, that's where we discovered the healing bugs from, is because they were latching onto these things, because these things have a lot of dead skin and stuff like that on them because of the side effects of using disintegration magic. So that's why the healing bugs are like a bunch on them, and they take care of like the dead skin and stuff like that, in return obviously cleaning it and keeping it infection free and stuff like that, and parasites off of it, besides the healing bug, which I'd say I guess isn't a parasite. Do they live underground? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chapped lips? Yeah, sort of like that texture. Yeah, something like this, you know? Where it's like sort of bigger plates of skin. And then like the pinkish sort of lines in between them, you know? But then in other parts it smooths out quite a lot. Ew, crusty. Yeah, I was thinking they were sort of crusty. But then when you get, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside kind of thing, you know? Like a Kit Kat. Wait, no. Like a Snickers? Which one's crunchy on the crispy on the outside, Softening like a chicken. I don't. Some comparison that works. Okay, just make up your own comparisons at this point. I'm not clever enough for this shit. Hey, what color are they? I'm sort of thinking dirt colored, like just like a sort of fleshy brown and pinkish undertones. Hold on, here. Let me just color one. Or color this patch of skin. I'm sort of thinking like this color. Or like a gray. Hold on. Let me... Right, we gotta... I think we gotta go from the pink and then into the brown. So like this sort of undercolor. Right. Maybe like even going into some more red hues. And then we get the sort of brownish on the like thicker parts. I always like this kind of color scheme because it's just very satisfying to look at if I get it right. Hold on. So yeah, so it would look mostly dark, but then have like the pinks peeking through, you know? Think maybe not this dark as might want to go a little lighter. Yeah, something like this. See? Now it's sort of coming together. I was thinking something like that, but we can definitely like play around with it more. You need to look up volcanic snails. I'm sick of volcano snails. Or not sick of them. They are a very cool creature, but my god, are they recommended often. Um it's like yes, volcano snails. I know of their existence now. By now I have very much been aware of their existence for quite a long time. Like hippo skin. Yes, yes. Pretty much like hippo skin. And then we can sort of have like a wait, like a even darker sort of edge maybe. Does it have a skeleton? Yes, yes, it would have a skeleton. This is basically a mammal. You should look up worm. Oh, good idea. I haven't thought of worm at all. Worm didn't even cross my mind. Yeah, and then these sort of like streaks of the pink, like running up. I think that's gonna be like a really satisfying texture to look at when it like covers a whole thing. But maybe I want to play around with it more. Find something different. Who knows? Oh, also, Saturday and Sunday, upcoming Saturday and Sunday, so tomorrow and after tomorrow, I'm not gonna be streaming, sadly. Uh, I'm gonna be busy, and also, but don't worry, I'm gonna be working on videos. Actually, I think I can. I'll show you a teaser, not in the stream, but eventually you'll see a teaser of the next video to come up, which is gonna be about witches, which will be very fun. I'd say that's a very anticipated topic. So I feel like even though there won't be streams, it'll definitely be worth it in the end because I can focus more on videos as well, and that video is gonna be, if I do it right, it's gonna be a good one. But it requires a good execution, which is gonna be all my responsibility. If you're wondering, it's gonna be another animatic. So hopefully I'll be able to top the last one. Might have gotten better at it. I mean, the last one, the first one. That was the one and only animatic I've ever done. Yeah, something like that as a texture could be interesting. Um, so yeah, I think. What do we do now? Hey, Insanity. Let me get some water first. That should be the first thing I do now. So I'll be right back. Give me just a sec. Get some water. Ugh, I'm back. And guess what? I didn't just bring water. It happens to be that there was one carton of milk left in the fridge, so I got myself some milk too. Sadly, it is not of the cockroach variety, so it's just normal milk. Oh, it seems like you guys were talking about milk. Huh, well, prophecy fulfilled itself, I guess. Milk. No, sadly, it's not cockroach milk. It's dog. Ooh. I can taste some
There's some golden... Oh yeah, definitely some golden retriever in this. You can taste the happiness. You can definitely taste the happiness. Mm-hmm. It's different from like Chihuahua milk is fucking sour. Chihuahua milk's terrible. I don't recommend it. It's also like way more expensive than all the other ones for some reason. I mean, well, I know exactly what the reason is. They're just so small, you know. You don't get much milk out of a Chihuahua, but I don't even know why they do it. It's so not worth it. It's just sour. I hate Chihuahuas. Oh yeah. What noise does it make? I don't think it'd make much noise. It would mostly just make vibrations and like big exhale noises. So like because it has the big nostrils in the back and probably some pretty huge lungs. So it would just do, you know, the whale thing where they come up and they just go like that. They just go big exhale and that's about it. Moans? No, they don't moan. They don't moan. Yeah, maybe like a sort of bristly exhale sound. Yeah. Like a deep, guttural, flabby exhale with bristles, you know? Now the question is, how do they taste? We've already talked. They taste like pork. They taste like pork. Crocodile sounds. Oh yeah, yeah. Like a crocodile. I don't know what walruses sound like. Shit. Oh yeah. Name. Let's give him a name. While I'm gonna start drawing like a sort of I don't even know if I should call it a finished picture. Actually, while I look up for references, because I think I need some more references of mole mole rack skin, and whales. Dust hog is good. Dust hog is actually first suggestion and already off with a fucking banger. Dust hog. Burlo as well is really good. John is really good. Trench feet. Worm. Moan slug. No, it doesn't moan. It does not moan. But yeah, dust hog twice. Moan slug. It doesn't moan. The thing doesn't moan. Pit slug. Simon. Dog. Okay, no more meme names. Serious names. Mole King. Trench leech. We got leeches in the trenches already. Blipsters. Mole slab. Burlo. I wrote it down already. Read. Flatfoot. Dirt nibble. Wombat. Titworm. Flesh binder? No. Mohawk. Right. Bristol Slithers. I am gonna have a night. I'm gonna have a hard time saying that. I can't have a name that's too hard to say. Carvers, shovel, spine slug, mud pile, pitworm. Pit. Do we have pitworm? Yeah, we got pitworm, pit slug. A dusty lump, mole hog, dust hog. I mean, oh, okay. Hear me out. Whoever suggested, I completely forgot already, but whoever suggested dust hog first, I mean, it's so good just because, yeah, it's like a weird pig thing, right? So it implies that it's a mammal, but also I like that the word isn't like a dig or something like that. Like it's dust, which makes sense for it from multiple reasons, you know? It disintegrates things, turning them into dust, and it also makes giant plumes of dust when it breathes out as well. So I feel like dust hog would be the first logical thing that people come up with to name the thing. I'm going dust hog right away because like it's really easy to remember too. Dust hog and easy to say. So we got the dust hog and the war boar. Yeah, what was I gonna do? Right, references. Giant whale. Well, whale side profile. Cause we gotta get that hump, you know, that hump. Where's that hump? Show me that hump. Come on. Whales, don't do me like this. God, they're teasing me. None of these are the right ones. What's the biggest whale again? Is it the is the sperm whale? Is that the biggest one? No. No. It's not sperm whale. What's the sperm whale? Blue whale? Blue, right? Yeah, but they don't got that hump for some reason. Hold on. Whale hump. Stop asking for moans. The thing doesn't fucking moan. God damn. Humpback? No. Humpback. Pause. For some reason, the humpback doesn't have a humpback. Or it's like, yeah, it does, but it's not like, you know. Look, it's like, doesn't have that much back. No, it's got this little nub. That's about it. That's not enough back worthy of humping. Stop body shaming the wheels. No, I'm not. Well, I am. I very much am, I guess. You can't stop me. Can I find like a whale with scoliosis? Whale scoliosis. Oh shit, they do exist. Fuck. God damn. Well, that's not really. Well, fair enough. I was gonna. It bent the wrong way. But no shit, of course it bent the wrong way. It has scoliosis, but I meant like I thought it bent downwards and give me a better hump, but this bent sideways, which is what scoliosis does. So obviously that wasn't going to give me the results I needed. Cicada larva? Ugh! Yuck. I mean, I hate all kinds of larvae, but yuck. They look uncooked. They look like... You know when babies aren't done and they get like pre-born or whatever the hell that's called when they get born too fast and they're all like pink and shit? This is like the bug version of that. That's not the right color. It doesn't feel right as a color. It doesn't look done. It's like, God, like, let it cook a little longer. It's like it just shed. Uncooked. You know, it's like a skin tone. I don't like it. Don't zoom in, bro. Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do if you say don't, so it's your fault. Yeah, it's uncooked. Actually, okay, that one, the first one here is a bad example. That's pretty nasty, but like this here, that's if you don't look too close and like see the hairs on the legs and stuff, just this color is like really nice. That's like some this be like a it'd be like a caramel like coffee candy. This is caramel coffee candy colors. You know those candies where it's like there's a dark side and then there's like the caramel side and like maybe another one as well. That's this. Like this thing would taste like coffee and caramel. I'd eat that. I'd eat that. And it tastes like coffee and caramel and I'd like it. Thank you for the $2 an apple in a box. Thank you. Get fingered. Thank you for fingering me. I can't I can't thank you enough. Try looking up Joe. Okay. Yeah, it does look like a fucking like baby coming out too soon. Look, this one's got red eyes too, like those. I saw an image of like an uncooked baby once, or not like one that came out the oven too soon that had like red eyes, but I don't remember like properly why it looked like that. I don't know if it was because it came out too soon or it had like some sort of condition or something. I don't remember. It looks sad. Uh, does it look sad though? I don't think it looks sad. Albinism? I don't know. Does albinism in babies, like in human babies, also make their eyes red? It's Riz. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Hello, Simon. I'm at work right now and was very pleased to see you where you were still live when I went to lunch. I hope the stream has been great. Yes, it has been very great. The chat has been treating me very nicely. Harlequin baby. Yeah, it might have been that. It might have been Harlequin. Oh yeah, it was Harlequin disease. I don't know if it was a disease, but I think it's called Harlequin disease. Don't search that up. That's definitely going to cause some people to search it up, but seriously, I don't recommend it. I'm going to search it up, though, just to remind my memory. Horror. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to whales. I gotta get that image out of my head now. What is it? It's a condition or like a disease. I don't know, condition, disease, blah blah blah, whatever. That babies can get born with, and it makes them a little weird. Not like okay. really weird. They got they got some weird funky shit going on with that. Uncooked baby syndrome, yeah, basically. They got the like weird white cracked skin. Like not like white skin color, like white color with like pink cracks in between and then like red eyes for some reason. Looks crunchy, not gonna lie. No. Bro, no. Just give me a picture of a whale, god damn it. Is that what they look like? Why the fuck? These just look like sausages. Who who drew these whales? Giving them sausage side profiles. Okay, this one's a little more, I guess. Like still. Are they that chunky? I guess it just looks weird because it's a flat side profile and the tail is like at an angle that just makes it look like it's tied off like a sausage. Genuinely kind of disturbing. Oh yeah, of course. Search up beluga. Hold on. Mm. Water. Uh, beluga. Oh right, these things. Oh, they just. Hmm. Oh, hold on. Let me search up thick nails. Yeah. Yum yum. This is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. You know, like your grandparents' nails, like that's what I'm looking for. Not like just a thick nail, but like a how the fuck do you even cut that thing kind of nail, you know? Like this shit. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Where the front's like kind of oh yeah. Look at that one. Oh that. Yeah, that. That's what I was looking for the front horn reference. For free? Yeah, it's on the internet. Just search up thick nails. Is there like an example in like animals that have thick nails like that? Oh my god, this dude's what's going on with this dude's nail? Goodness. They're growing in all kind. Oh no. I might have ruined somebody's appetite with this, but you know what? I just saw these puppies. These little curly puppies. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of pork rinds. That's what they remind me of. So, I guess if you didn't want to hear that, you could close your ears, but it's already too late because I did say it. But yeah, that's. Oh, that's might be where they came from. Look at that. The resemblance is actually uncanny. Why does it make me so hungry? I think that's why, because they remind you of pork rinds. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Cursed chorizo. Okay, it's still not really what I'm looking for with the nail thing. Fuck, man. Holy shit. What the fuck happened to that nail? Oh, this one. Yeah. This one's perfect, actually. This one's definitely getting in the direction that I want. It's like a layered... Dude, this... You can count how old this dude is from his nails. It's like a... Like a... Rings on a tree. Look at that. That's exactly what I want. Like, it's like layered... Uh... Like that. Like steps. How the... What the Huh? Huh? Is that real? No, that's not real. I'm getting all the good references right now, but I'm not even sure. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's real or not because it's a good reference, but like that can happen? What the fuck? Look at that. Just keeps growing a new nail and the next one pushes it out of what how? What even happens? Oops. But yeah, this one as well. This one's really good actually. I think this one's gonna be the winner. I like a mix between that and that. Color wise as well, I really like the color on this nail. Like it's sort of like a grayish dead, you know? Like it looks like it's got a stank. I don't think it does because it's just hard nail, but the color gives it an aura of stank where you're like, oh, that's not a color that's supposed to be nail. Why is this the reference? Because here, because the front of the creature is like a big nail that keeps growing that it uses to dig things. So we needed toe references. Basically, it's just an excuse for me to enjoy my fetish, right? And obviously revel in my foot fetish and just get images of feet on the screen. Uh, that's why I designed the creature that way. So that's why we're looking at nasty nails. I mean, yeah, nasty nails. Thank you for the what? Um, Kyle, no, Kyle Castro. Thank you for the 50. I is that just a P with like a bunch of lines through it? Thank you for whatever that is. I have no idea what currency that is. Try searching for Tree Man Syndrome. Okay, sure. But yeah, what the? Just a P. Thank you for the P. Thank you for 50p. Pesos? Pesos? Oh, I've never seen a pesos before. What country is that from? What country is a peso from? 50 pipis, yes. Thank you for the 50 pipis. Mexico? Oh, okay. Mexico. Oh, okay, okay. Nice. Yeah, Tree Man Syndrome. Let me check that out. Tree Man Syndrome. Holy shit. Oh, this thing. Yeah, yeah. It's like 50 cents. Oh, okay. Still appreciated. Of course, any donations are appreciated. This is weird. It's like a right. I mean, I've seen it before, but like, is it the same as nails? Just a lot of them. But yeah, this is actually a really good reference. Cool. There you go. Oh, that image is way bigger than I thought. Go. I think the most interesting thing about this is just how it just grows right out of the skin. Like, you know, like the nail has an edge to it. There's like an edge, and the nail comes out of there. Like it has its location where it's supposed to come out of. But for this, it's like it just like, yep, there you go. There's nail right there. Like there's no. It's weird. What happened? I have no idea. I don't know how this stuff works. Oliver, thank you for the 65 sec. Appreciated. Hey, love your art and content. Wanted to ask this for a while, but never got the chance. How do you draw metal so well? Do you have any tips? I just look at references. I I mean, you could say I studied it, but basically I just tried to figure out when I studied I I give it quotation marks because I wouldn't call it studying because I didn't look up any tutorials. It's just my way of trying to understand things. I tried to ask myself why all of those colors are there, you know? So it helped me figure out that like quite a few of like when 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 metal is really shiny and the color gets like really funky and stuff, it's not because the light source is really funky. It's because mostly the metal just reflects shit around itself. So like what I find the most fun about metal is like, okay, for example, like this is a piece of metal that curves in and then out again, and there's like a light source here. Um the funnest part if it's like really shiny is that there will be like a highlight here that's like really shiny, and then it's gonna get like really fucking dark here, um, and then there's gonna be another highlight like here, but then because metal is reflective, this side is gonna reflect the reflection or the highlight on this side, so there's gonna be another like fainter bright line here that's just the reflection of this. So there's no light. Well, there is light hidden, but not the direct light from the light source. It's the reflected light from the second thing. So I really like doing that when I draw like shiny metals because it's just fun to think about like, ooh, what would this surface see? And like what would reflect off of it and stuff. And also, um, when the light bounces off of the metal, it normally like puts a little bit of the color of the metal onto things. So if there's like a piece of fabric here, like just a piece of fabric like this, and there's light that bounces off of this, and it's like gold, and the fabric is red. Then there's gonna be like a tiny bit of like the goldish hue on the fabric as well. Yeah. That's how I tried to figure it out. But also, just like because metal is so confusing when it gets like really shiny, you can just fake it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just lie about it, have it be sort of convincing. Like, if I make like a chest plate, you can just sort of, oh yeah, let me make it a gray chest plate, and then put like a really dark line here, and then like a darker one here, and then like a really fucking bright one here, and then like an even brighter one inside that or something. Like it's easy enough to fake it. It's fine. But just pull up a reference next to your image. It's actually it. Every time I draw a piece of metal, I just pull up some sort of reference and try to mimic that. Like I don't have it in my fucking head, or I didn't memorize it in my head or something. Most metals I draw aren't even accurate. Like it's not it's an indeterminate metal, pretty much. Like if you try to figure it out properly, it's like, is it brass? Did he just draw brass or copper or bronze? Which one is it? I don't know. I just picked a random hue and then went from there. How do you draw feet, Simon? I draw them very well because I look at them all the time, obviously. But I try to hide it. Because obviously if I drew feet too well in my drawings, then I'd give it away. Yeah, that's how I draw feet. You just look at something a lot. How does what Dachshund milk taste like? Dachshund? Dachshund? What the fuck is Dachshund? Is that a German word? I don't. Some German words I don't know. I know as much German as an 8-year-old because that's when I left the country. It's a kind of dog. Never heard of a Dachshund. 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 Und? Und? I feel like it would be Hund, because that's the German word for dog. So I feel like it'd be Dachshund. Wiener dogs. Oh, it's the sausage dogs. What was the question again? Did they ask a question or did they just say Dachshund? You lived in Germany? Yes, I lived in Germany for 8 years. I moved to Thailand. Cylinder dog with legs. Yeah, yeah, it's the drumstick dog or whatever. Because it does have like a. You see them with like sort of a big chest like this. And then they got the. Right? This. The sucking thing. What does Dachshund milk taste like? Oh, I don't know. I'd guess it tastes like hot dog water. I would guess, just because of the shape. But I mean, the shape of something doesn't really determine the taste of its milk. But I'd say hot dog water. Who's the man in the corner? Oh, it's the stranger. It's the personification of me being very tired and exhausted. It's my self-insert OC character. Do not steal, and he's definitely not a what was it again? Mary Sue. He's not a Mary Sue, all right. He's just good at everything, and everybody loves him. So yeah, that's my self-insert character, and he's very handsome and strong, obviously, because it's a self-insert and it's accurate to the real life. No, but no, he's the storyteller of the world. So we see the stories of the Monster Garden from his perspective. Um, but obviously, him being the narrator, or not the narrator, but the one that writes down the story, inevitably means that I voice him, which inevitably means that there is a part of me within his character. Uh, so that can't really be helped. But yeah, he's just a vessel for telling the story. I mean, he has his own character and reasons to do it and stuff like that, but those will come slowly as more about the world gets shown off, because the whole point of the character is to try and, you know, show things around him through his eyes as much as possible. So obviously, the main point of him is for him to not talk about himself, instead, everything else. Does he wear a mask? Yes, it is a mask. What's with the toe? Oh, right. We need to draw. I completely forgot about that. I forgot, right. Hey guys, did you remember? I'm an artist. I happen to draw sometimes. It's a rare occurrence at this point, but it happens. Once in a blue moon. I'm inside him. Hey, look. I really tried to add the word inside his character. Uh all right. So don't be I added character. I'm glad that we actually I honestly am very happy with the concept just because of how weird it is. I feel like I would have never without you guys, I wouldn't been able to come up with something that weird. Cuz normally if you design things by yourself without like an audience and stuff like or I guess when I design things without an audience, I normally tend to even when I try to think outside the box, I normally tend to move towards my comfort zones or my the things that I'm familiar with, you know. So it's always going to be oh mammals have legs, you know, and it's either going to be an insect or a mammal or like a crustacean or something like that, you know. Or if it's going to be a snail, then it's just going to be a snail. You know, I don't really try to push it enough by myself, but when I'm doing it with a chat, it feels like a lot of more weird shit comes out, and I couldn't be more happy about that. So honestly, I should do this more often, just like because that's what was so fun about doing streams on Twitch before was just like designing creatures. I guess the thing that I'm worried about is that if I design creatures on stream, it's hard to have them fit a specific role, but I don't think it's going to be that hard. Because if we just say, oh yeah, it has to be a digging creature because that's its role in the world, and then just try to push it in a certain direction, that's fine enough to make it work. Because this still fits the role that I needed to, but it's a way more interesting concept than just having a pig that happens to be able to dig with magic, you know? Like if I were to have done it myself, that's pretty much what it would have been. It's just like maybe a pig with like a few extra pairs of legs and like some sort of weird tusk, like a tusk, big tusk that helped it dig with magic and then some inputs on its back. That was it. You know, that was what I was thinking about before starting the stream. But now we've come up with a mammal snail whale thing that has a giant fingernail growing out of its face that it uses to dig. It doesn't have a mouth. It doesn't have teeth. It just has a weird mouth, and its nose is under the nail, or one of its noses is under the nail to sniff the things that it's disintegrating, and it's walking on bristles that it uses to move the disintegrated earth underneath it and behind it, and it has big nostrils on its back that have nose hairs that are fractal bristles that are used to filter out the the dust so it doesn't, you know, inhale dust, but also when it comes up to the surface, it exhales and reveals those bristles to take in mana into its body. And also it has pouches on the inside where it feeds its tiny gummy bear offspring like a fucking kangaroo. They crawl into their little pouches
and suckle on the teat in there to grow into bigger worms. This thing's weird. I like that a lot. It's wonderful that we came up with this. Yeah, I'll for sure make more like creature designing streams because we just need more creatures in the world, in general. But just this is a lot better than what I'd be able to come up with on my own. The fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about this creature. Well, we just designed. We designed it on stream. There you go. Look at this beautiful thing. Big beautiful boy. That's its ear. It's an ear. I'm sort of picturing like this is the rib cage, or used to be the rib cage. Then there's a spine that goes like, okay, here's the spine, here's the head. Then there's a spine here. This is like the pelvis. And then the rest of the spine goes here. And then some shit with the bones, whatever happens. But like that's sort of how it turned into this. And the babies taste like bacon. Yes. Simon, if you ever do a face reveal, it should be Ren himself a portrait. You don't tell anybody. I mean, yeah. I guess. I mean, I can just here. Like I there you go. And then just very shit hair. Oh right, I forgot the cone head. Hold on. There you go. There you go, that's me. That's me right there. Thank you. He's gorgeous. Appreciate it. A few hairs sticking out. Chill Chuck, no. Justin Bieber Garden, no. I just look like a dude. Like that's as much as I can. I'm just a dude. I'm a guy, dude, person. Like there's nothing notable about me except for the giant cone head. I could impale somebody on my fucking head. Spiky ass cone head. It's insane that Simon's ancestors were inspiration for the modern day drill. Yeah, it's crazy. They literally like my great grand uncle, grandfather. I mean, my great grandfather. They literally just molded his head. Like they got his head, they shaved it, and then just put a mold around it, and then they just poured metal into that, and that's the drills they used in that day. It's crazy. It came like they didn't even modify it. It was literally like it was spiraled, and it had the ridges, like everything ready to drill into the earth. You forgot to chisel chin. Fuck no, I don't got a chisel chin. Jesus Christ.
I got the opposite of a chiseled chin. I got a fucking my chin goes inwards. Dude, it's like my face is like this is my nose, my eyes. And then just my mouth is here. This is where my mouth is. Dude, um that's my chin right there. Oh, hi guys. Fucking God. Mouth breather for sure. I definitely breathe my mouth. Breathe my mouth. Breathe in my mouth. Smiling Friends. Yeah, I'm that fucker from Smiling Friends. That's my side profile. That's why I only take pictures from the front, because as soon as I turn to the side, you see that my face looks like I've been. I don't even know. I ran into a ledge high speed, and then the only thing that accelerated forwards was the top of my face, and the rest stayed behind like a fucking Tom and Jerry cartoon. And that's how I am till this day. Just Mew. It's not that easy. Because dude, if you're trying to Mew, you gotta have a chin to begin with, you know? Like, at least you gotta have something to start the mewing process. I got nothing. There's no, there's no seed for the chin to sprout from. An absence of chin, you know? One times or fucking two times zero is zero. Like, there's still nothing. He's def being humble right now. No, dude, I'm not. Yeah. Let's focus on the texture. How does it move? The bristles at the bottom. So it was sort of like, how would you call a caterpillar's movement? Like pulsate? Writhe? It would sort of not slither. Jive. It'll jiggy forward. It's doing the worm forward. Shamble. No, not a shamble. That's not the word. Undulate. Thank you. Yes, undulate. It would undulate forward. Blob. Yes. Caterpillars throb across the fucking damn. Not that word. Anything. That's the worst word out of the bunch. Throb across the ground. I mean, it. Yes, I think that could make sense. Like that is a viable way of describing it, but still I don't want to accept it. That's horrible. Mm. Also, it's strange that such a weird concept ends up looking very plain. I guess the underside wouldn't look plain. Hold on, let me draw the underside. So we got the big toenail thing, right? And then we got the nose, which I feel like would be two big nostrils, and then like a bunch of hairs as well to obviously block out the dust. Then we got the mouth, which would just be like a sort of weird triangle thing, most likely. Right? And then we got all of the fucking hair, which would run along the body in like rows and rows and rows. And then the body would also be like the head is, I think the head should be wider. Oh, fucking what? Like this? Something like this. Maybe? And then just all of the hair. You know? That's what it looks like from the underside, which is awful, but also very interesting. It totally should have vestigial limbs. Was it kind of thick though? Oh, come on. No, I mean, yeah, it should have some vestigial limbs actually. I feel like these tiny chicken like wing things would be neat. Like if it just has like little chicken wings somewhere, and then also in the back like another two would be funny. So you don't even see them and they don't do anything at all. They're just there. Residual nubs. Do you use sea cucumber as inspiration? Weirdly not. Yes, actually, yeah. Sorry. Yes, we did use sea cucumbers as reference, actually. And talking about cucumbers, I think it'd be interesting to add some more, like, bumps to the body. Like sea cucumbers, maybe like some weird nubs in the front. Like this. That might be fun. Yeah, look at that. That makes it more interesting. Also, kind of looks like a star-nosed mole, doesn't it? If we do that. Yeah, it's sort of like star-nosed mole-esque. Where does it poop out of? Out of its butthole. It's got a butthole at the back where it does the deed. It does the business, probably, most likely. I don't know. I I don't think we have to reinvent the butthole. Out of everything on this creature that we've already changed, I think we can leave the butthole alone, and just have it be a hole, and that's it. Tardigrade? No, we did not think of tardigrades, I don't think. I feel like these holes on the back where the hairs come out need to be somewhat more integrated into the design. But I'm thinking about how. Like, they're sort of just stuck on. I feel like there needs to be some rhythm to where they are. More like that? Needs more holes? That as well, perhaps. Maybe like a full array of the damn things. Yeah, I feel like that makes more sense. Looks like the vacuum from Teletubbies. Perfect. Yeah, more like that. Sweat pores? Yeah, it's like weird modified sweat pores that have turned into nostrils and also have nose hairs. So yeah, this thing would be like, I would say it's like, I mean, how big do you think this thing is? It's given me vibes that it's like this big for some reason. Like this thing feels massive. It actually I feel like a big part of why it feels big is because of that whale silhouette. But not that big, right? Like it could maybe be this big. Fire Nation drill, not that big, not that big. I let's say this one's not the biggest. I mean, for sure this one's not the biggest one, but let's start it off with this thing first. The holes on the back still feel wrong though. I don't know why. At least it mimics the array of nubs in the front, but it still doesn't feel like it's right. What brush do you use? I use base Krita brushes. Any brush works, doesn't matter. I've drawn with literally no sensitivity, no pressure brushes, and have still done fine. I It doesn't matter. But yeah, this is a base brush with no sensitivity. But I mean, it's just different. Every brush just does something differently. That doesn't matter, you know. And the face is judging. Yes, it is judging. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I no, these holes in the back still don't feel right. It's just because they don't have like a okay, what if More like that, maybe. So they're more like a part of the shape as well, like they affect the shape of the thing. I think that works better. I feel like I'd have to tinker with it a little more. Because then I feel like they can also close up, you know, like they can close like this. So I'm sort of thinking that they're like a muscle, like a pretty big muscle that can pull itself up so it can smoothen out like this. You know, so it would just be arrayed like actually it's gonna look like that fucking Dyson vacuum. I don't know, like I saw it in a commercial or somewhere, where it's like a vacuum, but on the inside it was like it looked like this. Like it looked like a sci-fi fucking jet engine for some reason. I don't know why or what the hell that even does. But it's like these offset sort of things on the inside of the vacuum. You missed a dono? Oh shit. Hold on. I got you, I got you. Marcus, thank you for the 20 dikaka. Baby dust hogs are handheld excavation tools? Actually, that's... Oh, good fucking point. You could... Hold on. You could totally... Like, okay. The downside of a dusk hog... So these are the only things that limit a dusk hog's ability to dig, right? It's the amount of mana that they can take in, and the front nail wearing down. So what you could do is you could take and inject, like put an actual, like a human made input and stick it onto a a dust hog to make them take in more mana, but then also give them, I guess you could say, give them grills, like give them some metal teeth. So because if you did just stick like a metal bit in front of here, the mana would travel through the nail, then the metal, and then that would cast the spell. And metal does wear away from disintegration magic, but a lot slower than whatever the fuck they're using. So you could pimp out a dust hog and have it be a lot more efficient at its job. But then you'd have to trim its face occasionally, because then the tip would keep growing into the ground, because it isn't disintegrating it as fast as it's using it. So you'd have to like cut it and then fit it back on sometimes, but it definitely make it better. A nose nail horseshoe. Yes, yes, pretty much. Biblically accurate jackhammer. Yeah, I mean, that would totally work, yeah. You genius. Hold on. Modify dust hogs. Hand held? Question mark? I don't know about the handheld part. We might need to tinker around with that, because I'm sort of thinking as they wouldn't grow their nail until they're like arm sized, which would be quite encumbersome. I mean, well, actually, I don't. They wouldn't grow their nail. I mean, no. I feel like they could grow their nail, when they're like. You'd have to hold them like this. Hold on. if you're a soldier. I feel like for them to be usable, they'd have to get to this size, you know? And then you just have a floppy excavation tool like that. So just have it hooked up to an input and then just kit it out with like a front golden shovel piece grill and then just go ham. I guess you could also put a bunch of healing bugs on it as well. But then the issue is, I guess, feeding it, because then the side effects of disintegration magic would affect its skin faster, which means its skin would get thin and stuff, which means the healing bugs heal it, which means it would suffer from starving to death. So you'd need to feed it somehow. So after you've done this, after you've created this thing, its ammo or its energy would pretty much be potatoes, because that's what the red roots are. They're potato roots, and they grow these root buds, which are like potatoes, red root buds. So you just have a pouch full of red root buds ready to feed the fucking sentient drill that you have on you. Beautiful. And it's just munching on a potato. Buds. 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 This is amazing. Oh yeah, or you could just have a bag of titty milk. You could get some milk from the mother ones, just put it in a bag, and then add like a little suction, like a sucker to the bag. So you just have a big bag like this, and then just have like a tube going into the thing's mouth, and just have it suck the milk out of a bag. And just there, done. Why did you call it titty milk? Because that's what it is. Titty milk. What do you mean? I think, right? Isn't a titty a bag of titty milk? Well, yeah, but you wouldn't cut a titty off and put it, like, strap it to your waist. You'd need to empty the titty bag into a titty bag, like a fake titty bag, and then strap that to your waist. Let me retry this again. Okay. Oh yeah, this definitely works, I think. Just like having these sort of nostrils coming out like pretty much like fucking air vents like on a jet plane, but this one isn't to like take in air, it's to exhale and to inhale, I guess. But it wouldn't be in the right direction. This thing isn't going fast or anything. But yeah, I like that. I like that look. And then we can sort of like hold on, to help bolster that look, to not make it like blend into the body, we can have it so there's like god damn it. Oh, recording stopped because memory's full. Let me delete some recordings. I got some that I'm not gonna use ever. that one. Get that one out of here. That one as well? Yeah, that one as well. Okay, there you go. But yeah, to have it blend into the design, sort of just have like ridges along this side. Like that. Something like that. I think that's fine. It still feels like it needs some work. Like I want the creature to have like a flow to it, and this sort of disrupts it, I feel. Like it's either too much or too little. I'd have to find a balance, but I'll find it eventually. What? Imagine getting bisected because some terrible mass pissed and shat at you. What the fuck do you mean? How would that bisect you? Which end is the face? This is the face. But I'm fiddling with its back because I'm not sure. Pause. I'm working on its back. Um, I'm playing. No, I'm drawing its back because I still don't know what the fuck thing to put here. Just a quick little one. Okay. The dust hog is basically a mammal turned into a slug that moves with bristles underneath its body and digs using disintegration magic, which it uses through its front nail that keeps growing out of its face the same way like a toenail does. Um, it it's very weird. It also has back nostrils, which have nose hairs that fractal out into like a fan shape, which it uses to take in air when it gets to the surface, but also digs underground. Uh, it takes
in air on the surface, but also the nose hairs come out when it breathes out, which allows it to take in mana. That's its input. Um, and also they have a symbiotic relationship with the healing bugs, which just eat away dead skin and debris and parasites and stuff like that that collect on its body through the use of disintegration magic. It's pretty cool. Yeah, fucking stream was crazy today. Came out with some sick ass ideas. But still, okay. Work on this. Gotta remind myself because it's not done. Um, but I'm overall happy with how the thing looks. Also, this is the underside, or I still gotta work on this. I'm still not happy with the underside either. For the underside, I feel like it'd be like a mix of, you know, $C, or whatever they're called, $C. I don't know what you guys call them. Uh, I don't know what I call them, so I call them $C. They're the things with the star on them that you get when you walk into the ocean a little far. Yeah. And did you know the underside of them? I mean, this is a pretty common fact if you're on the internet anywhere and look at like fun animal facts often. The underside moves, which is one of the reasons I don't like them anymore. Because when I go into the sea in Thailand, like in Pattaya or whatever, there's a fuck ton of $C after a certain point you reach the $C barrier where the floor just turns into the things. Like the whole floor is just $C after a certain point. And after I found out they live and they have tiny little fucking crawling hair feet at the bottom, like thousands of them. I no, they're like starfish. Yeah, I hate them. I absolutely hate them because when I stand on them, I can feel it, and I don't like that I can feel it. Because when you pick them up and you look on the underside, it's all wriggly and writhing, like all the hairs keep moving. Oh god, I hate it. Yeah, and other reason is because for some reason I think I've upset some underwater jellyfish gangs or something. I don't know what the fuck I did, but I think the jellyfish gang is after me every time, like literally every single time I've gone to the beach in Thailand. I have at least been stung by a jellyfish once every time that I've gone in. Well, not like if I went into the water, I would have gotten stung. Not like if I just go to the beach, the jellyfish come out of the water to gank up on me on the fucking surface. It's it's also uh when I have to get into the water for it to happen. Um but yeah, every time. I once got surrounded by the damn things. Like there was a whole circle, a platoon of them surrounded me, and I couldn't do anything. I had to, like, I literally, I was out with my parents in the water, and then they just like all of a sudden we just like swam around. And we're like, wait, hold on, there's a fucking jellyfish in front of us. Okay, let's swim back. And then you turn around and there's a jellyfish there too, and one to my left and to my right as well. And it's like, well, shit. I guess I just have to get stung, and so I just had to be like, well, just swim and then get stung, and then just deal with it when I get out the water, I guess. Luckily, it wasn't any of the bad ones. It's just the ones that sort of burn and itch for like a bit. So it was just annoying and irritating, but besides that, I wasn't like box jellyfish fucking ganking up on me in instant. Well, I wouldn't be here if that happened, obviously. I'd be dead if it was a box jellyfish.
A sentient jellyfish that can walk on the sand sounds like a cool creature. Oh yeah, it does. Simon's Bane. Yeah, if it's like a new fucking species that's and I'm the one that discovered it because it stung the fuck out of me, I'll call it Simon's Bane because that thing is my bane. Jesus Christ. Run those hands, land mammal. Can't even see him. Yeah, luckily, I mean, luckily or unluckily, well, yeah, luckily. The ones that I get have to deal with, I can see. Like they're quite up on the surface, so you can just see like a sort of bobbing little jelly blob occasionally. Um, but I've never like well yeah, I've seen some out on the beach like they've been stranded, so I know what they look like. It's just a jellyfish. Like I don't know how to describe it. Normally the most dangerous ones are sort of, like distinct. Box jellyfish looks like a box. And then the lion one is just, big. Or was it big? I don't know if the lion one is it the lion one because it just has really long tails. But this one just looks like generic jellyfish number one. Like they just use the base model. Nothing interesting about them. Is it a common experience in Thailand? For me, yeah. I don't think for anybody else. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I'm not anybody else besides myself, so I happen to just know my experience. I haven't asked anybody else if like, hey, have you been ganked up by jellyfish every time you got to the beach? Like, it's not a question that has come up in conversation that often. The lines are really vibrant red, I think. Huh. With long tendrils like a lion's mane. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, the long tendrils is what I remember about them. Current convo is jellyfish hate. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't want to talk too much shit about jellyfish because I don't know if they can get out of the water. If they do, and if they're able to get out of the water, they're gonna gank up on me on land as well. They'll find a way. They'll go through the fucking pipes into my sewer system and up my ass while I'm on the toilet or something. They'll sting my ass. Um, so I don't want to talk too much shit about jellyfish. I've already upset them enough somehow. I don't know why. Yeah, they can't get out of water. I know they can't, but they would for me. If I talked enough shit, I'm sure they'll have enough motivation to try it and engineer some way to make it possible. Same way we wouldn't have survived in space, they'll have the first fucking jellyfish space program, or I guess land program, invent a way to get to land just for me to sting my ass. In Risk of Rain, they all floating jellyfish. Oh yeah, big ones. But yeah. Oh, by the way, if you have not realized, we're done with the drawing. I'm I'm out of steam. We got a cool idea out of it. I'll work on it off stream, but I'm just happy that we got a really interesting creature design out of it. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for participating in thinking up a creature. It was very fun. I'll definitely be doing it more often. But yeah, the immortal jellyfish. Oh yeah, I know that one. I like that one. That one's was really neat. The moan slug. No, the dust hog. It's not the moan slug. Would milk the dust hog. Oh my god. Now just chatting? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, well, It's been 3 hours, and I'm gonna have to head to bed because it's 1:30 a.m. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. Got some stuff to do. So I'll most likely end it here. It was very enjoyable talking to all of you and hanging out and drawing as always. Uh, Updated number, just in case anybody's wondering, we have sold 1,326 dwarves. We are not far off of 1,500. Lame or LeMay. But yeah, 1,326 dwarf, absolutely crazy. Thank you all for buying them and the huge amount of support that that gives me. Appreciate it a lot. So yeah, take care. Again, won't be streaming tomorrow and after tomorrow, so Saturday and Sunday won't be streaming. I'm gonna be back to streaming on Monday, hopefully. But Saturday and Sunday, I'm still gonna be focusing on making the videos, so hopefully that's gonna come out soon. But yeah, take care, everybody. Bye. Oh, good night, I guess.